What up, party people? It's your boy Hakim Green, Channel Live and Direct, BDP, all day, every day. A little turkey on my spoon. All we do, spark madism and eat mad turkey sandwiches. Hey, man, try to get it in. Am I a little blurry right now?
Now you look, you're normal, you're glowing.
No, you're good.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a little snippet. I just listen. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Green?
no, we good. We good in the hood, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's another week. We're lined up. I saw a Spliffy pop in. He popped in, popped out, but he stays waiting for KayGee to get in. But in the meantime, in between time, it's been a nice, eventful week.
Yes, it has.
Nice eventful week, and we'll do a recap after we come back from these messages.
Mm-hmm.
But we do what we do. So with that said, let me just line this up, start sharing the stream, what have you, and get it going.
Sounds like a plan.
Stuff is really
Hey, it's called the cipher. Hey, yo, what is a cipher?
What's a short?
What's called the cipher?
Yo, it's called the cipher.
We can build a cipher.
What's a short? The cipher is a circle with all points connected. Where you get your boogie off and the weak get disrespected. The cipher is so sacred, takes place on hollow ground. B-boys seek the battle on a mission to follow sound. Beatbox DJ, banging on the table is the way we settle beef since the days of Cain and Abel. Ask Pop Master Fable, the jams at DMC. With DJs battle for world supremacy. The cipher's not always round, but always on the square. Breakers be on the ground, but I'm gonna put the weed in the air. The cipher's like the wheels of steel and scratch, it makes me itch. I get hyper with the lyrical skills when the DJ catch my pitch. When the fader's being switched, everything live in the mix, but still off the cut like I wear it on my wrist.
What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
The cipher, the cryptic writer, the mind igniter. I'm a rhymer designer, a line after line of rhymer. See, I'm an 80s rhymer, the crazy kinda you can't phase me rhymer. I write raw shit like I'm writing no baby diapers. I blaze these ciphers with basic shit. Savage, I'm on that kill for 8 type shit. Hit after hit, all classics, spit in the grit. You talk that hickory dick, you getting lickety split. This what you get, you ain't taking nothing from me. The goat that steps to KRS is the goat that's getting curry. Brain matter, I'm the original face slapper. It's been so many years, you must have forgot we used to chase rappers. Now I'm bust on these nappy-headed hoes, I must. You ain't bad boy, talk big, get your eye popped. That fake shit's not us, you know how fresh Chris is. Career killer, I write death sentences.
Hey, yo, what is a cipher? Hey, yo, what is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher? We can build a cipher.
Time is of the essence, every breath another second. I'm down by martial law, fighting through the game like Tekken. I ain't got no weapon when I camel walk like Johnny. Ringing bells when I rock the mic is poison like I'm Ronnie. Bob and weave through the dish and pull off in a new edition. Rapping is fundamental, whack MCs be steady riffing. I just stay in my lane when I'm on a scout like Kiffin. Looking for volunteers when there's a drought, I'm in the kitchen. Cooking up some special treats, not talking trout when I'm fishing. I cruise through a hunt with heavy clout when I'm on a mission. I'm special with the verse, every line in education. While y'all wrestle with the verse, I rhyme in meditation. Standing on one leg, balanced on a lotus, but still packed an eye for judgmental niggas who ain't the SCOTUS. You can roll with this when you done past the lighter. Rhymes going counterclockwise around the cipher.
What is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
Yes, sir. That is What is the Cipher? Or The Cipher by Hakim Green featuring KRS-One, produced by Ron Amin Ra Lawrence. It's out right now on all your favorite streaming platforms. I prefer you to go to Apple or Amazon and cop that joint. Let me get that 99 cents so we can keep doing what we're doing efficiently and effectively. But, stream it, give me a play, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Go check us out, and that's what we're doing. And this is IZM Sports, where we have a weekly conversation on what's going on in the world of sports. And right now, something's major going on in the world of sports right now, and that is the NFL draft. And that's going to be today's conversation. But first, we're quickly going to touch on the NBA and Major League Baseball right fast. I'll bring Cliffy in just so we can get the conversation popping. What up, Spliffington? The Zatch Master? What's happening?
There he is.
What up?
Figure we just bring you in, you know what I mean?
Oh, let me turn down my TV in the back.
He cowboyed out. I see him. He's rocking his Dak joint. You know what I mean? We got 2.5 Cowboy fans in the building.
That's funny.
2 1/3 and shit out this motherfucker. Because I'm still tight with Jerry. Yeah, I'm tight. I can't let that go. Angry black man. Angry light-skinned man. You know what I mean?
So Trevor Lawrence, did he go first?
No, we don't. It starts at 8.
Oh, it starts at 8. Okay, I thought it'd be on now at 7.
First pick's at 8.
Okay.
At 7?
But y'all heard when
touche out this mother. What you say?
Yes, sir.
Tasha Jackson in the building. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
So what you gonna say, Wes?
No, I was saying so. Essentially, we had the week in review with the NBA and Major League Baseball, and the NBA we down to 10 games left for most teams, and things are getting a little interesting all around the league.
Yeah, it is.
The play is starting to pick up just a bit. The intensity level is starting to pick up. You're starting to see more guys go a little harder than they normally would. You got Anthony Davis on his return to LA, coming back, and he doesn't look like he's just this or there yet. You got Embiid making that final push for the MVP with the Joker, and I mean, we kind of touched on this for the last few weeks, but I think the closer we get to the end, with Embiid's injuries, Joker to me is probably the lead candidate. If you went on basketball resume completely, because I was looking at it today, and I think he was 26 points, 11 rebounds, and close to 9 assists a game, which from a center spot is big phenomenal. Big numbers, yeah. And then you got the other person to me, if you're not going to talk about Embiid or Joker, the only other candidate, I mean, legitimately in the playoff hunt, making a difference for a squad, it's got to be Chris Paul.
There you go.
I don't even want to hear about Westbrook. I don't want to hear about Steph Curry. No. They're 31-30. They got doored the other day by another 30-point game. They were down 40 before I could turn the TV off on TNT.
Yeah.
I can't support that for the MVP. That's more of the fandoms type stuff. I think that's what people that just want to. Yeah. And Cliff, I don't know if you agree or disagree, but I think that's more of the popularity vote. When it comes to MVP, it has to be somebody that's contending and making a true difference for their team. And Phoenix is
Peace to
actually
God. Peace to
10th.
God. Sorry, Wes. Peace to
okay.
God. Peace to God. Peace to God.
What's up, guys? My fault.
What up, man?
I just got a new puppy, and I was distracted, man.
Bro, I understand. Bro, I love dogs. I love
I
dogs,
lost
dude.
track of time, man.
This all good, bro. We was representing for you. You in the building. So we just doing a quick recap of the NBA and Major League Baseball before we hop into the NFL draft. The draft actually starts at 8:00, but we thought what we do is just like we did with the NBA with the top draft classes in the NBA. We'll do that this week with the top 10 greatest draft classes in the NFL. We'll discuss them and then just discuss this year's draft and what we expect to see.
Okay.
That's kind of where we're going. So we're in the middle of talking about the NBA. Wes, you want to hop and continue?
Oh yeah. So we were just talking to Kay. We were just talking about the MVP candidates, and I was kind of just saying that really, to me, it's a three-legged race right now between the Joker, Embiid, and Chris Paul. I don't think there should be anybody else in the conversation. Injuries, people not contending, in terms of being a 8, a 9, or a 10 seed. I just can't put guys like that in my conversation for most valuable player because, when you 30 and 30, you're not really impacting your team. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well,
but
you gotta. I think you can and you do, but I think you gotta look at how top heavy the cats you talking about like CP3 and Joker and Embiid are, and what their teams are doing. How they're representing. I mean, you talk about coming right down to the wire, and these cats are leading them. It's gonna be close, man. It's gonna be close, but I agree with you. I definitely agree.
Yeah, and some gonna, try to catapult or probably push, Steph Curry into the mix now, but the only thing is that Steph Curry, the Warriors are fighting for a 10th spot right now. So
fighting for a 10th spot.
Huh?
They're fighting for a 10th spot.
They're fighting for a 10th spot.
And not doing very well in that fight either.
Right. So people are gonna, individually, like we spoke about this before, individually, he's having a great season. Shooting wise, he's incredible and all of that. But it also, there's gonna be a part that plays with all of this. Obviously, he's missed some time as well. But then on top of that, man, like it's an individual accolade that he's really doing. He's not propelling his team when you're talking about versus a Embiid versus a Chris Paul and versus a Joker. Like those guys are definitely, their teams are way ahead of his team. So when it comes down to that part of, making your teammates better, allowing your team to, to have success because you are having success, I don't think he wins that argument.
Yeah, I would agree. Like his numbers are 31, 5, and 5. And he's a point guard, and Joker's numbers are 26, 11, and 8, or close to 9 assists a game. And you got a center that averages more assists than a point guard. I mean, let's just stop right there. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's just look at that for what it really is. I mean, Kelly Oubre and what's his name, Wiggins. They have yet to be consistent, and we know who Draymond is. But overall, we got to just kind of focus on guys like Chris Paul, getting DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker, and this guy, what's the guy that jumps out the building from Villanova, the 3-and-D wing guy.
I know you're talking about that play for Charlotte.
Bridges.
Miles Bridges.
Miles Bridges. Yeah.
For
So,
Charlotte,
and let's not forget about Saric. Saric is playing. They all elevated their game because of Chris Paul's intensity. They've all elevated. So I think he's really got to be in the mix. And if you're gonna really break it down, it probably would be those three guys. I think, Embiid, Paul, and Joker.
Yeah, I would want to say narrow it down to two: Chris Paul and Joker. Because we are the most valuable player. When you look at what the Phoenix has done this year, relative to last year and their past, their immediate past, first time in the playoffs in 10 years.
Yep.
Like that's all due to Chris Paul's presence and Joker to be able to maintain their position after the loss of Jamal Murray. I think that's phenomenal. What the Joker brings to the game in terms of making that Denver engine run.
And his durability.
Yeah, man. Like the greatest ability is
Availability.
And again, he's there game in and game out. He's playing heavy minutes and he's consistent. You know, he's putting up big numbers game after game after game. And again, as much as it's an individual accolade, it's definitely about team. And someone just put up Randall on the board. You can throw Randall in there if we have to throw a third, because again, when you look at where the team is, you look at, you know, their season in totality as far as, you know, what they've been doing all year and not taking off games, you know, because again, a lot to be said for how Joker's been holding them down, playing, you know, all the season. Randall, the same thing. And how he's been lighting it up lately, you know, don't sleep. And their 4 seed, if somehow they can get on a really hot streak again, close out the season, 20 wins out of their last 22 games, and they're like a 2 or 3 seed, why not Randall? You know what I'm saying? If he get him there, why not?
I agree.
He could be a dark horse. He could be a dark horse.
Definitely, but it's just looking at the entire season, you know, and he's been showing out all season, but, you know, like Chris Paul and Joker, like all season, they just been, you know, Chris Paul doing the unexpected in terms of what he's added to. But
Phoenix
Joker
is holding down the 2 seed for over 2 months.
Well, hold on. Let me ask a question for the panel. A real quick question. And what's more unlikely, or more surprising? Phoenix holding down that 2 seed, or the Knicks having a 4 seed right now?
I kind of agree with Cliff with that point, man. Yeah. You know, like Randall, you can't overlook what he's been doing, and like Cliff said, that is very surprising. Unfortunately, surprising won't get you the award, but I would definitely say, and I would definitely consider, you know, Randall, you know, because Randall is single-handedly the reason that the Knicks are propelled at this point. He is.
No, he is.
And the Knicks are they're in 4th place right now.
Yeah.
And they're actually doing good, man. So they've been sort of consistent.
No, very consistent. They just won their last 11 out of 12 games or something like that.
And consistent because of Randall.
Yeah.
So, you know, like you can't, I mean, it might be the fact of what he is and which he is an all-star, which that might be what he deserves. And that's what it may be at this point. It may not propel him to be the MVP, but it's definitely worthy of being an all-star. And what he's doing is definitely, you know, a low, if you want to put it in the tiers, I would put him in the 2nd tier of a group of 5 guys that you would put in as an MVP. I would definitely put him in the top 5.
I would agree with that. I definitely think
I don't know about
he's top 5.
I mean,
I would say top 5, but right now I'm like, there's for me, there's 2 names that make sense. Joker and Chris Paul. Now, if you increase it to 5, definitely Randall makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to push back on what Artie's saying. The Suns have always made the playoffs. This is actually the first time they made the playoffs in 10 years.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't again.
That's coming from a 51-year-old Knicks fan. So that's where that comes from.
Somebody said the Suns have always made the playoffs.
Yeah. Artie. He said more than the Knicks. But
like you talk about back in the Steve Nash and Stoudemire days, but that was a long time ago.
That was a long
time ago. Yeah. Like,
I think what happens when you're a Knicks fan, you get frozen in time. And
that's what it is.
And now they're good again. So now you're thinking that things are still the same, like it's still bell bottoms and people still got afros.
That might be exactly what's going on.
He's been in the playoffs for so long. He's just like, Knicks. Come on, Knicks.
Yeah.
I'm not even on front though, man. Like the Knicks are surprisingly doing good. It's good to see it though, too. Like
absolutely, I think it's good for basketball, man. For the Knicks to be good again.
Because we was running out of jokes, running out of memes.
Yeah, it wasn't even fun to pick on the Knicks no more.
This is redundant. You know what I mean? So it's like hop off. Good for them.
Yep.
I can tell you what too. Like whoever draw the Knicks in the first round, get ready.
Yeah. They're gonna be a tough. Yeah,
No,
they are.
absolutely legit.
They could win win a first round series, and I think they could give the second round opponent all types of hell.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, we can't sleep on we are where we are now, but again, we got 10 to 12 games left. What if they run the table again? What if they keep running it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that momentum. What if James Harden never comes back, or he comes back and he pulls that hammy? You know, what if somebody on the Bucks gets hurt? I mean, don't sleep on the Knicks is what I'm saying. And don't sleep on Randall as that dark horse. You know what I mean?
I like that.
No, it sounds good. But you know to go against the odds, Cliff. You
got to. That's what you got me here, right? The handicap thing, yeah. Show the different, risky aspects of things. I mean, so
absolutely,
no doubt. Yeah. So my LeBronites, my LeBron, the LeBron squad.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for them over there, bro.
Yeah, I mean they might be a 6 seed going in.
Man, I don't know, man. They
and play the Clippers in first round. That's an first round matchup.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not going to be good because honestly, you want to see that later. When the stakes are higher. But. If they stay where they at, if they survive and stay in the 5th spot, they still will be, or even if they swap with Denver, like you're still going 4 or 5, so you're still going as of right now, it's them and Denver.
Yeah, I think they're closer to being 6 than they are to getting to staying in the 5.
And they are going to drop the 6. And the problem with it is, as you see, the Clippers are heating up, yo. They're just, they got their foot halfway, 3/4 way down there, and the Lakers are just not going to be ready, because LeBron will be just coming back, and they're just not going to have that, the unity that.
Now, he was running before the game the other day. He was, I don't know what that means, how healthy.
Well, they say within the next 5 days. They're saying within the next week he'll be back. Yeah, but still, you talking about what 5 games before the playoffs, and then your first round opponent is
the Clippers. Come on, man.
With playoff Rondo.
Even if it's Denver, that's a tough one, man.
Anybody right now,
man. My household bet in here is that I got the Clippers all the way. So I'll tell you guys. I got the Clippers. I got the Clippers winning it, yo.
Yeah. Right now, I'm not liking AD. I didn't like AD before he got hurt, the way he was playing, and I don't like the way he's playing now. It's just an aggressiveness that I want to see from him that I'm not seeing. He's still hurt. He's coming back. He's tentative. He's trying to take it easy. I didn't see that before he got hurt, so I'm not convinced that he's going to be able to pull it off by the time LeBron comes back and get acclimated. And AD is the key piece. It's not LeBron. You know what LeBron's going to give you, but what is AD going to give you?
Yep.
Yeah, well, even with that, LeBron still has to get acclimated, with those new teammates, with McLemore. Although McLemore is just a spot up shooter and all he got to do is kick it, but LeBron got to get used to the spots. He got to get used to the spots. He got to get used to Drummond. If he was in there, if him and AD were there when Drummond came on board, we would be talking a whole different story because the chemistry would be different at this point. But the fact is, and the reality is what it is, and they're bruised and battered right now, and they're basically backing into the playoffs, and it's not good.
Yeah. And their best player is Schroeder.
Yeah,
that's their best player right now, and that's not good.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not good.
You're right.
And he's tough.
Yeah, he's dope. He's producing, but man, come on, man, that can't be your best player, even when LeBron comes back, because like you said, he has to get acclimated. Mm-hmm. Schroeder has a natural, he runs the point like a point guard, but he's aggressively trying to score. He's trying to get his. He ain't waiting for nobody, LeBron or nobody. He's not going to wait. So it's going to be interesting to see how the chemistry forms with the Lakers when LeBron comes back.
And that can prove good or detrimental, because it could prove good. The fact is, when LeBron goes out, that Schroeder can, resort to his old ways of being aggressive, or he can, fall back and go back to, the fallback guy, knowing LeBron's there, and not be aggressive. So when LeBron, and let LeBron do stuff. So then now he's not in that same rhythm no more that he was when LeBron wasn't there. And that's why it's just the timing, man. Like, it's bad timing for that team, man.
Yeah, and then coming back again, they're gonna face a tough opponent because of how they've slipped in the first round. And to try to build that team chemistry and try to get everything right and back on point, playing a team like the Clippers that's looking to pound your head in, ain't gonna be easy, yo. It's gonna be tough.
Not at all. Not at all.
No.
All right, so you guys want to switch gears and head over to baseball right fast before we hop into the NFL?
I mean, baseball is what, we 22 games, 27 games in, 26 games, something like that, maybe less than 25.
Like
Yeah,
25,
26.
Is actually, when I looked at the standings earlier, is only a few teams really playing good baseball. A lot of people are hovering around 500 and under 500. The Dodgers are playing really well. Kansas City is playing really well, which is, kind of bugged out because they have their runs, their run differential is like -1, and they still got a really good record. And that may be smoke and mirrors because at the end of the by the end of the year they might not be the same team. But the Dodgers are doing what the Dodgers are supposed to do. The Red Sox are playing well. So you got them doing they're doing their thing, and then everybody else is really kind of right around 500 or below.
Right.
Well, the Yankees 500 is a little different than the others because they were the worst team in baseball last week.
Oh, I had them below 500.
Right. They're 11-14 right now.
No, but they're climbing up.
They're climbing up, though.
Because they were the worst in baseball, and a team like the Padres is definitely threatening the Dodgers. They took 3 or 4 from them this week, and Tatis is playing like an MVP already.
Oh, he's definitely a candidate.
Oh yeah. So they got a nice squad.
Well, every year, every year, sometime, especially out of nowhere, we had it a few years ago where the Royals just came from nowhere. So you can find, every year, definitely one of those little small market left field teams that just going to come up and pop up and be in the mix. Not necessarily win it, but definitely surprise people and be in the mix.
Absolutely.
Well, the Royals are strong pitching so far in defense, and again, what you got to do is come up with timely hitting with baseball. If you have those other two elements, and you can keep it going, and that's what they've been doing. Because, like you said, that run differential is minuscule because they be winning a lot of 2-1, 3-2 games and stuff like that. But it's because they're pitching. They've been keeping it close.
Yep.
And then on the flip side of it, when speaking of those run differentials and those 1-2-1 and 1-0 games, you got the Mets who basically are arguably the best pitcher in baseball, who only give up 1 run on his outings and they still lose. That has to be disheartening, man.
It's horrible.
It's just ridiculous, man. And he said the right things about I shouldn't have gave up that run, but at the end of the day, he should really at home to his family and to his wife. He man, they need to get some offense up in there, man.
Yeah, they booing Lindor in New York.
Yeah, he's not producing. I mean, it's just why would you? But the crazy thing about DeGrom is that in the past 81 starts, his ERA is under 2. And he only has a 38-43 record, and as far as decisions, okay. And they said something like his run differential plus. Now they're talking about his earned run average. I guess when you relate that to other major league parks, home, away, the differential. He is basically twice as better than any pitcher in the past 12 years in history. But because the Mets have been so inept and not allowing, giving him run support, he barely has he has a below a 500 record.
That's
and that's crazy, man. It just doesn't make, obviously, as baseball, it makes sense, but then again, it doesn't. It's just how, man? This guy's a straight up stud, man, and you can't give him no kind of help.
Well, they were talking about the psychology of that, as far as like, his players and his teammates knowing that the ace is on the mound, maybe taking the night off, or just knowing that they don't have to hit. But if you look at his whole career with them, it's just like
it's been consistently bad like that with no run support. It's been consistent.
Yeah, it's been consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, I don't know what DeGrom is nice and all, and I'm sure he's gonna make a lot more money going forward. But I think he needs to consider leaving and going to another team.
He might, yo.
Wow.
He might, man.
Well, what's up with all this offense that the Mets supposed to sign on the offseason, which is why Lindor was getting booed. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like.
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, I don't know. He's not doing anything offensively. And he said, I like his answer. He was like, they have the right to boo. He said it. So he didn't fight it. He's like, hey, listen, they can boo me. I'm not doing nothing. So he knows. And we make $300 million. You got to figure it out quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yep.
Crazy.
So
all right. So today is the NFL draft, gentlemen.
Yep.
Starts in about a half hour, a little under a half hour. And, it's controversy surrounding where these quarterbacks are going to go. I mean, that's like, I guess, the focal point of most conversations concerning the draft.
Yeah.
If you guys want to start there, we can and work our way around. And we also going to get into the greatest draft classes in NFL history.
Yep.
Well, before we start, I don't know if anyone's touched on it, but y'all heard the news about Aaron Rodgers, right?
What?
Yeah, he wants out of
He wants out. So again, he dropped that bombshell on draft day because he wants teams to start making moves. Because he basically, now it came out today that obviously he publicly released that he wants out today. But since January, they've been flying back and forth to basically try to, convince him to sign a long-term deal. Not only did the GM, the president, and the coach on 3 separate trips make, I guess, pleading with him to re-up and sign and then renegotiate the deal. So for him to drop that today on draft day, because he said he's not going back there anymore. He said he's not playing for them anymore. So that's going to change things dramatically with this draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. That is a bombshell and a half.
Well, but the interesting part about that is that who can do it? Who can, Green Bay's not going to trade with Chicago. Right? Chicago, Denver just traded for Teddy Bridgewater earlier. And so Carolina just picked up Aaron Donald. So the teams that might want to make those moves is kind of interesting because who's really going to go out there and do it?
What about Washington?
Yeah.
That's a good call. That's a good call. Washington.
I'll take them in Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
Definitely take them in Pittsburgh.
I'm sure you would.
Washington wouldn't be bad, yo.
Yeah.
He got a good defense out there. He got a good defense. He got some nice running back. He got a nice offensive core out there. He got them 2 wide receivers now out there, man.
Yeah.
And he got a stud on tight end, man.
Yeah, he does.
So Washington wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
It's just gonna be interesting.
Well, what's his contract in Green Bay? What is he making? Where's he at?
He makes like $38 million a year, I think, or 30.
Yeah, his cap number this year is $38 million.
Okay.
And he has a year left after this year. But again, they're just trying to. He wants out, and if you can get him re-signed and extend him, you can save some money, and plus you have your franchise for the next 4 years?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah,
at least.
And in the right situation, in the next 4 years, you might be able to get a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Out of
That's
him.
right.
Yeah. Like, why? It would be interesting to see him in Washington, though. Seriously.
What about Philly?
Yeah, Philly, another one.
What about San Fran? Okay, he's from the Bay Area. Okay, and again, they have the equity, which is why he would drop something like that on today. They have the number 3 pick.
Right, because they're talking about potentially drafting a QB. So if he drops that today, and then then San Fran say, all right, we no longer need to go up here and draft a QB. We'll get him. We'll move back and get some other pieces and plugs.
Exactly. So anyone who has a QB is going to be, or going up to get a QB, is going to be calling the Packers before they turn that card in. Because they can make a deal.
I got one.
I know where you're going.
I got one. What about New England?
That's probably the whole. That's probably the whole play anyway.
Yep, that might be the play, right?
That might be the play anyway. He go to New England. What if you go? What if it's Aaron Rodgers for the Patriots versus Tom Brady for the Buccaneers next year in the Super Bowl? What if that happens?
And what if you do that and Green Bay could say, hey, we'll take the 15th pick in the draft and future number ones. Belichick don't care about number ones. He just go get players anyway, lay them on the draft anyway. So that might do it.
That might do it, yo.
That might do it.
I like that one.
He just dropped that
because right now,
it might be a stretch, but yeah, they got some people there. I'm not sure they fully sold because, like they said, when you have a QB competition, you don't necessarily have a number one QB. But a team like the Saints wouldn't be bad with him either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they got what, 3 quarterbacks? I mean, they have none.
Yeah, that means they have none. Exactly. Yeah. So, but the Patriots, that Bill Belichick is the type of person that would definitely pull that off.
Yeah, I think he's in a position right now where he needs to pull that off because he has to save his legacy right now. His legacy is down the toilet. It's all Tom Brady was the key. Yeah, right? He needs to win a Super Bowl. He needs to win a Super Bowl. Immediately.
He's in a good position right now because I think he has Cam. He has a 15th pick, and again, we haven't talked specifically about the draft, but at number 3, I think Trey Lance or probably Justin Fields going to go. Either way, I think Mac Jones is going to drop down to whereas New England will have a play to go get him. If not at 15, go up to get him. And Green Bay going into next year with Cam and with I either see Justin Fields or Mac Jones, they're on their way because they got a solid defense. I don't think Belichick has anything to worry about as far as his legacy. He just got to make some solid, have a solid draft here.
I mean, I don't think he have anything to worry about with his legacy, but I think from an ego standpoint,
it's all ego.
Yeah, he's definitely out there, in a little bruise right now because Brady left him, and in 1 year went directly to
1 year, bro.
Super Bowl.
Man,
Belichick, he one up them really at this point.
Yeah.
Aaron Rice is saying that Belichick's personality is too strong for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it may be, but it may not. It may not. I don't know. At this point, Belichick may be humbled a little bit, man. I mean, look at his tendencies right now. Like he tended before not to spend money in free agency or do a lot of things. He spent the most money, I think, so far this year. So he knows he's made a bunch of mistakes in the past as far as drafting. So right now he's spent a lot of money, brought in a bunch of different players. He has a bunch of people that opted out on his defensive side last year. So the Patriots are going to be a lot better. Aaron Rodgers with the Patriots will be interesting. I'm telling you.
That's a good. I like that. I like that theory right there.
I do. I think that's a good story. That's a good narrative right there.
Yeah.
For next year's Super Bowl, if that could happen and they could get, that's great. But I think Cliff is right in terms of options and not having to really do a lot and still be in a good place. But Aaron Rodgers is a proven quarterback. These rookies are rookies. They're not proven. They still have to progress and develop. And when you don't know what you're getting, when you get Aaron Rodgers, you know what you're getting. And why is Aaron Rice hating on Aaron Rodgers?
He got the same initials. That's
AR hating on AR, man.
AR.
Yeah. Well, I think Belichick is a little desperate right now. I don't care what. His ego's bruised. I think he's a little desperate, man. And the pressure's on him, man, at this point. I don't care what. The pressure's on him, man.
And it's Robert Kraft's team. Remember that.
Right. And like Cliff mentioned, he has the capital to do it. Like he's sitting in a prime spot because even if Green Bay did that, Green Bay will still be able to grab one of those quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to either be Trey Lance going to be there or Mac Jones. I think it's going to be Mac Jones because they got it in the mock draft right now of Belichick taking Mac Jones at 15.
Yeah.
So Green Bay may say, okay, well, take him. We get rid of the headache and we'll take Mac Jones.
Would you want to draft Mac Jones, Mac Jones at that spot, and you have the Jordan Love there already?
No, I wouldn't personally. I mean, I'm not a Mac Jones fan, so I don't know.
So I'm saying I would have Jordan Love there, and you draft him behind Aaron Rodgers as the heir apparent, and then you go draft Mac Jones. It just doesn't make that one. I don't know if they would do that, but I it's possible. I just don't know if they'll do that.
Right, because now you got two, not even fairly new, basically two brand new quarterbacks in your system. Like, who's teaching who?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, can we do something? Can we run down the first round order? And let me just get your opinion on who you think teams might want to take. Or we'll go as far as we can, because I know, we probably don't know all the college players coming out. And we'll just go as far as we can.
Jacksonville is going to take Trevor Lawrence, right?
Oh, yeah, that's without a doubt.
The Jets are going to take this guy, Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
The draft is interesting at 3 with San Francisco because we don't know what they're going to do. They
They're
can go
saying,
quarterback. We don't know which quarterback they're taking.
But today came up now. Mel Kiper saying that they're going to take Trey Lance.
I heard that too.
They're saying that. They're saying it's still up in the air, but they're saying that it's highly, highly, highly likely that they may take Trey Lance.
Okay, let me stop right there. So, for what you guys have seen from Trey Lance, he only got 17 games. He only played one game last year. Total 17 games in his college career. Highlights that I've seen. The boy looks nice. And I saw him get interviewed today. I really like his confidence, good head on his shoulders, very bright, quick thinker, very mature. Like he was steady. He was really solid. And he, seems like somebody that's really athletic, can make things happen. Got a nice arm, big arm. But he's kind of come out of nowhere considering he only played 17 games.
Yeah.
So,
I like him too. I think that if I was a GM, and I'm not, but Lawrence and Fields and Mac Jones, to me, I don't know when you take Mac Jones, but Trey Lance and Zach Wilson have to go 4 and 5 in my eyes because of the competition level. I mean, they lost to Coastal Carolina, Zach Wilson. Just saying.
Well, don't sleep though. Coastal Carolina was tough, but this is the bigger point I have about Trey Lance.
Yep.
They said that he is going to be the biggest flyer as a first-round quarterback ever. And what they mean by that is that not only has the competition that he's faced been, inferior, but his 17 games that he's played is the least amount of games of any quarterback in basically the past 20 years.
Wow.
So I'm saying like he's never. So they're basically it's like the biggest upside, but they just basically have no. He will be the biggest risk at first round that anyone's ever taken at Trey Lance. And again, what is people really worried? Really banking that on the 17 years that he has, right?
17 games.
17 games that he has, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think you make a great point. Like it is shaky and it's scary, and that's why, like what Wes said, it makes more sense when you go with something that's proven, more like a Justin Fields. Like, why wouldn't you do that? And the only reason why you wouldn't, if anything, is because your plan is to maybe keep Garoppolo this year and go with Garoppolo this year and let him learn under Garoppolo, and then move him up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the only thing I agree with you up to the point where you say learn from Garoppolo. I'm just still trying to figure out what
get that
what
porn list
his resume
together.
is like in order for anybody to learn from him. You know, I don't know.
You can learn how to model, I guess, man.
Yeah,
You go out with stripper chicks, man.
Yeah, he can teach him how to let it rain.
But then again, too, also too, like it's. Do you want to really draft a QB at the third spot that high and sit him on a bench? Like you don't do that normally. Like that type of capacity, you're going to invest in somebody. They got to hit the field day one, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Okay. All right. So let me see. 3 and 4, San Francisco and Atlanta. Atlanta's probably not going to take a quarterback unless they tend to trade.
Kyle Pitts. They're going to take Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, but you think about it. If Atlanta takes Kyle Pitts, Atlanta had one of the worst defenses in the league last year.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you got enough offense around. They scored 30. They were scoring 30-something points a game. They couldn't stop nobody. So you think Atlanta throws a monkey wrench in there and picks a corner?
No, because again, you got to figure they're rating Kyle Pitts as the #1 rated player of everybody. So again,
gonna go best player available.
And again, they need a defensive player, but again, a defensive player is just not rated that high. You know, it's just a matter of value at that point. I think. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. If they don't go Kyle Pitts, they're gonna go quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Or they're gonna basically sell the pick and trade down, which but I think they're gonna take Pitts. I think everybody's salary.
Cincinnati, they said, is gonna take the Oregon left tackle,
which would be a great move considering Joe Burrows want to get him protected. Miami Dolphins.
They're probably gonna take if Pitts is there.
Catcher.
You're right.
They're talking about Chase. They're saying Chase will be the first wide receiver off the board. It could be Waddle or it could be Devontae Smith.
Devontae Parker. I'm seeing. They're saying Devontae Parker, but we'll see. Detroit Lions at 7.
Detroit, I see them taking. Detroit could mess around and take a quarterback.
No, I think they're going to take an offensive lineman.
Yeah, I think they're going to take. But I think they can take a quarterback too.
Yeah, but remember they just got
Goff, and who's to say they're happy with him at all?
Yeah, but you got to build your team. You know what I'm saying? You can't just you got to pick that high.
What if he's trade bait?
More, he's got traded again.
What if Goff is trade bait?
I stepped out for a minute. Did y'all pass? Who was what was that? 5th? Who was 5th?
We had Cincinnati taking an offensive lineman.
Okay, and then who was 6?
We had Miami taking Chase from LSU.
Or Devontae Parker, or a receiver.
A receiver.
DeMar Chase, the Chase dude. Yeah. From LSU.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
he didn't even play last season.
I'm looking at ESPN, and ESPN has Devontae Parker going to Miami at 6. Really?
Devontae Smith.
Man, they got
Devontae Parker already played for Miami, the wide receiver.
Yeah, he's already there.
They got their shit messed up there. Or maybe I'm looking at
I'm looking at
the draft. I'm looking at ESPN NFL draft order for 2021 first round pick Jaguars. And then I clicked on the name. They took me to his picture and the whole joint. So I don't know. Maybe Jaguars, Jets, San Francisco, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Miami at 6. Yeah. So Detroit Lions at 7.
I saw something today that I'm not sure, but if I'm not mistaken, I saw a mock draft. They had Jalen Waddle going before Devontae Smith.
They had a couple with him going before.
Yeah,
they did. Yep, they did. But most of the drafts had Chase going before all out of the 3. Chase was going first.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Who's 8?
Carolina.
And they may try to again trade down, because it depends on how the quarterbacks fall, and if someone's still available, like, you know, Trey Lance or Justin Fields, and somebody is looking for a quarterback, they may come up. But again, all of this is because of Aaron Rodgers. You know, what type of deals are going to be made? You know what I'm saying? What are the teams going to be trying to do?
Well, they just said that the Patriots. Go ahead.
Didn't they just trade Bridgewater?
Yeah, he went to Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you can potentially say Carolina's in the market for a quarterback.
Yeah. And the GM actually said, I mean, again, I'm here in Charlotte, and today all the news, they're saying, you know, every position's open. Quarterback is definitely on the table.
Wait. So wait, I mean, I zoned out. I was smoking. Sorry, gentlemen. Jets quarterback, Brad. Was that Darnold?
Sam Darnold.
He's over at Carolina now.
He's in Charlotte. Yep.
Okay. Right. Okay.
But that doesn't really, you know, because again, they traded him and they made a big deal. Well, they got him and made a big deal of him coming, but then they just traded Teddy Bridgewater away and said, because you would think that, okay, now we're committed to Bradford. They said, no, we want competition. We're, you know, if the quarterback's available, we're going to take him. So,
yeah, that's nice.
Man, I'm looking at, I just looked at the top 10 players they got for prospects up on stage. And that dude, Zach Wilson, is a small cat. I'm just saying.
Well, they said he's listed as 6'3", but everybody's saying he's not 6'3". No, he's light.
So what? So he gonna be on his tippy toes like Drew Brees?
Man, listen. Okay, Jets, Jets. Okay.
All right. So Denver Broncos at 9.
Well, they got Bridgewater and Drew Lock. I mean, they looking for a quarterback. They just want to say it. They got because Bridgewater, his name is Bridge. He's the bridge.
He's the bridge
to the next.
You know what though?
Bridge.
I saw a couple of games of Drew Lock in Denver, and they weren't bad. He had a couple of games, so Drew Lock was okay. You know, I don't know what their total feeling is within the organization, but I seen like a couple of games of him last year, and he wasn't bad.
Okay.
How does John Elway get the quarterback position wrong so many times?
Easy because he's not there no more.
Oh no! Oh,
he
my
don't get
bad.
to make those decisions no more.
Oh wow! That'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah.
What is he? Just part owner now?
Yeah, he's still within the organization, but he doesn't make they have a new GM.
When they make that switch this year, okay,
yeah.
Cool. Huh? So I mean, but for so long, he just didn't. You know, he couldn't get it right.
The same,
a horrible quarterback.
It's the same reason why Michael Jordan, the GOAT, runs the Charlotte Hornets. And they've been just making mistake after mistake after mistake. Same reason.
Crazy.
Until this year.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better. Yeah. But
Oh no, they got a nice squad. They got a nice up and coming young core of guys. Man. They're definitely gonna be around, and they're gonna be a force in a minute.
Yep.
Okay, Dallas Cowboys at 10.
Cornerback.
I'm staying out of this one.
I mean personally, I'm a JC Horn guy. Personally, I like the bigger, more like physical corner, and I think the Corn and the kid that they got last year.
Patrick Surtain.
No, but the kid they got last year, I think, Corn and the guy they got last year, I think would be really good and physical at the corner spot. The rookie they had last year. His brother.
But see, the Cowboys, they also may have a chance to also trade back too. Again, it all depends on how everything. And again, I just hope they make, because the Cowboys have drafted. They've drafted well recently. So I haven't really been too mad about how Jerry's been. He's gotten a lot of value out of the recent draft. So again, you have to go with the best defensive player on the board. If it's a corner or that defensive tackle for Miami is also a beast too.
I think the best defensive player on the board to me, if he's there at 10, you leave Horn and you leave Surtain, then you go get Micah Parsons. That's just my opinion. From Penn State, I would go get Micah Parsons at Penn State because he's got he's just got a motor. He's real smart, and he got a presence out there. We need somebody with an attitude, man. Because Marcus Lawrence has no. We got a whole bunch of guys with their brand. We don't have nobody with a motor.
Yeah. I agree.
You know?
I definitely agree.
We need somebody that's going to be able to put their foot down in the locker room and say something. But Jalen Smith is not that dude. Leighton Vander Esch is not that dude. DeMarcus Lawrence is not that dude. We need somebody that could really demand a presence in that locker room on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I agree.
I know that they were talking about the Cowboys was chasing Kyle Pitts, but Kyle Pitts ain't making it all.
Nah, he ain't following that.
No.
And if they were to go up to chase him to grab him, that would be stupid. So hopefully Jerry don't do nothing like that. But
yeah, I mean any defense, so you need to focus on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Dallas needs to focus on. Definitely on defense.
Yeah.
Even Shannon Sharp was saying that. He was just like, so what y'all want to do, Skip? Like, how y'all gonna stop? Y'all gonna do the same thing last year? Like, you're gonna stop nobody again?
Exactly.
That was embarrassing last year.
Yeah. So we got the New York Giants at 11.
They're gonna take a wide receiver.
They're gonna take Devontae Smith or Waddle.
Yep.
Which they should. They should get one of them too.
Yep.
Philadelphia Eagles at 12.
They may take they actually may take a receiver too. I mean, again, it all depends on what falls, but they got a lot of holes. I mean, they apparently are either taking a receiver and defense linebacker, somewhere around there, but they got a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah,
their defense is horrible. Their defensive backs, their cornerbacks are horrible. Like, man, they were getting smoked last year, yo.
I agree.
Got the Chargers at 13.
The Chargers.
The Chargers have the luxury of not needing a quarterback, as it appears they've struck gold in last year's number 6 pick, Justin Herbert. Herbert from Oregon established a record for TD passes by a rookie and had multiple TD passes in 7 consecutive games. Another rookie record. That's
good.
ESPN reporting.
Yeah, Herbert's good. They don't need a quarterback. Herbert's good.
Right.
I don't really know. Like I saw a couple of games with Chargers, but I'm not sure really what whole thing he can plug, though, to be honest.
You got the Minnesota Vikings.
They got a pretty good defense too. They're pretty good on defense. They got a couple of I'm trying to remember like who they. I know they have Keenan. What's his name? Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
He's out there.
And they got Williams. A guy Williams.
Yeah, Mike Williams. Yeah, or whatever his name is, Williams. And
their record last year was 7-9.
They have a good tight end.
You got Bosa on the line, and they were talking about possibly getting another defensive tackle or some stud on the line because they'll be early as far as and they don't really have a need unless they maybe get another lineman, a tackle or some offensive lineman.
True.
Yeah, we always could use one of those though. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, let me read the card because I know that you know.
But
got the we said the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're at the Patriots at 15.
Yeah, they're gonna look you quarterback.
They're gonna go quarterback.
Quarterback.
Cardinals at 16.
The Cardinals probably going to try to go defense.
Defense, absolutely, Wes. Defense. They definitely need defense.
The Cardinals should go defense.
The Raiders.
Man,
because
at 17.
Because what's calling left in now, right? Patrick Peterson left.
Yeah, Patrick Peterson went to
Yeah, he left.
Yeah, I forgot what team he went to.
I forgot. I forgot, but I know he left. So they got to plug that hole. They're gonna definitely have to plug that hole. And their offense can be pretty good, and they're okay on offense. I think they got some weapons on offense, but they definitely need to fix that defense because that's another one. They were getting on defense too.
Yeah, I agree. And now I guess they about to kick it off because Jacksonville is officially on the clock now.
Okay.
The clock, yeah.
So yeah, we got Miami at 18.
Yep. Miami got 2 picks, man. That's gonna be interesting.
Who's their quarterback? What are they gonna do with
Tua?
Really?
They committed to him unless they can get wrapped up in that Aaron Rodgers deal, probably. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the type of team that will probably make a move. A really young, talented quarterback for him and draft capital. And
Miami need a wide receiver, yo. I'm telling you, or tight end, somebody to help Tua out because their defense is good. Their defense is tough.
Yeah,
and their coach is good.
Yeah, Miami defense is tough, and they don't have no receivers. Really.
I agree. Miami needs a wide receiver, and it might be one available. You might be able to, because one of these guys, somebody's going to slip lower than they should.
Definitely,
it always happens.
Yeah, Miami was 10-6 last year. That's a decent record.
Because their defense, their defense was picking dudes off, scoring touchdowns and everything, like every game. Like it was just crazy. Miami defense is tough.
Nice.
And this draft is rich with wide receivers. I mean, we only are talking about the top 3, the big boys that we know, but there's a lot of receivers. I think they're talking about maybe 6 possibly going in the first round.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, you got some ballers out there.
Yeah, there's a few out there.
We got the Washington football team at 19.
They trading for Aaron Rodgers.
You know they love that.
The Chicago Bears at 20.
They try to trade up too.
They're trying.
Chicago? Who? Chicago?
Yeah.
Chicago.
They need a quarterback.
They got Andy Dalton. They got Andy Dalton, man. Come on now. You know they tried to trade up.
Yeah, but and then you want to talk about malpractice, like they just got Trubisky, like that's bad. Yo, they in the same boat with the Jets. Like them two franchises are just disgraceful right now.
So did Trubisky go above Deshaun Watson?
Yeah,
and they traded up together. They traded up. They traded up to get him before Mahomes and Deshaun Watson.
He was the first quarterback taken.
That's what I'm saying. When you talk about malpractice, man, like seriously, like Chicago is bad, yo, and they're looking bad. And they I don't know, man, they better get together because another one, they got a good defense. They got Allen Robinson at the wide receiver. They got another wide receiver that played for them too. I forgot his name, and then they got a nice running back. They're okay, but they need a quarterback, man.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
They need a quarterback.
We're gonna find out now. Cats are getting a little excited now because I'm looking at them all smiling. They get what everybody got. They
yeah. We know what's going down in Jacksonville though.
We know what's going on in Jacksonville.
That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
Indianapolis Colts at 21. They were 11-5 last year. They just got they just got your boy. What's his name? Carson Wentz. Yeah.
Indiana's tough. They got Jonathan Taylor at the running back. Jonathan Taylor is a beast, yo. They got Michael Pittman at wide receiver. They got
T.Y. Hilton.
They got a couple of they okay. And then their defense is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. So
they can do a lot of things.
Yeah, they got options. Yeah,
they could go best player available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who you got next?
Tennessee Titans at 22.
They were good last year.
They were very good.
They're in the same boat. They're solid. They got a good.
Yeah, they
got stronger. They got stronger as the season went on.
Best player available.
I think really when you get down to the 20s, it's going to be best player available.
No, not necessarily, because when you get to Pittsburgh, we need a running back. So I want homeboy out of Alabama.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. We know that already.
I want Najee Harris, yo.
We know it. Okay.
I want Najee Harris.
Well, he'll definitely.
We ain't waiting for no best. No, we don't need no best player available. We got
He might be the best player available at that time.
Hey, yeah, he definitely might be, but we need a running back, man, and we need Najee Harris.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
man.
know what? I'm a wish for that for you. I'm gonna send you my fingers crossed emoji right now. I'm sending that emoji.
Yo, at 25, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars once again.
Get a lineman. Get an offensive lineman. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. Get that quarterback first, lineman, first round, 2 first rounds, same draft. They're halfway there.
Get the best lineman available.
Yep.
We got the Cleveland Browns at 26.
They should get a lineman too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baltimore Ravens.
That's another one with the embarrassment of riches. Like they have a lot of people who's just gonna come the best player available with them too, because they got a lot of people.
They got talent.
They do.
Loaded.
I like the Cleveland Browns. Yeah.
Cleveland's
I like
loaded.
them a lot. Yeah.
They're loaded.
We got the Baltimore Ravens at 27.
A wide receiver, man.
Wide receiver.
Absolutely.
That's and they're trying to move up to get one, for word on the street. So I mean, they definitely need a receiver.
Yeah, get that man a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
What if they? How about Baltimore trade that pick away for Odell?
Ooh.
Man, you been hanging around Ozzie Newsome? I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, Julio Jones is on the market. They may be trying. Atlanta may be trying to move him too.
Yeah, that'll be a nice pickup for the Ravens.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't give up my first round pick for Julio or Odell though. And I think that would be like a second or third round pick, probably in some kind of future.
Yeah.
I think they'll need to give up a first round for it.
Yeah. I do want to see Odell out of Cleveland. I think he deserves to be somewhere else. He needs to be somewhere with a quarterback with a big arm.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I like the idea of him going to Baltimore, but I don't like Julio or Beckham going to Baltimore because my man is still learning how to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And they'll both have temper tantrums. They can't get the ball like they used to getting the ball.
Yeah.
And you talk about guys that catch 110 passes, and if they're catching 67, that's not gonna work.
That ain't flying, man. Yeah, that's definitely not flying. But you know what? If for some reason Green Bay is able to work out their thing with Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers stays there, I can see Odell going to Green Bay. That would be dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Play with Devontae Adams?
With Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, now you're talking about flying all over the place.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
28, we have New Orleans Saints.
They got a decent defense. They really don't know what they have at quarterback. They got weapons. They got running backs, wide receivers, tight end. So I guess they can take best player available too, or focus on defense.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo got a little bit of everything.
Wait, I missed somebody. Excuse me. Green Bay Packers.
Oh well, we got to find out what they need. They need a wide receiver too.
Definitely.
They need another weapon.
Mm-hmm. And now we got the Bills at 30.
The Bills can do whatever they want.
Buffalo could possibly use a running back though. Possibly.
Yeah, they could.
They had Devin Singletary, and they had somebody else too.
Yeah, they could use. Yeah, Buffalo's running game was Josh Allen was their leading rusher.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
they can use a running back.
Yeah.
Wow,
let's just hope it's not Najee Harris.
We can't let Najee Harris slip to them.
Well, if the Steelers trying to get a running back first round, I mean, if Najee's going, that cat from ATN from Clemson's a beast too.
Oh Travis Etienne. Yes.
Etienne is good too. I like him too.
Yeah, I like him too. So you know what? I wouldn't be mad at either. I want Najee Harris, but if we couldn't get Najee for some reason, I'll take Etienne.
Mm-hmm.
But I want Najee though, because Najee could catch, and Najee's a bruiser, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 31 Kansas City Chiefs.
They rich, man. They rich.
Offensive line. Even though they shorted up.
What happened to them last year?
Yeah, they need an offensive lineman.
Yeah, they want depth there, but they did sign Orlando Brown from the Ravens this week. Their offensive tackle. And
that's big.
so they're short up, but they probably want depth. Yeah.
They want depth, man. They're gonna need depth. They're gonna need depth because they got everything else. Man.
Yeah, but not I mean, even though they have a nice defense, I mean, strengthen that defense.
They can
Playoffs tight.
they can use a pass rusher too, though. I ain't gonna front. The Chiefs can use a pass rusher.
Yeah, they could.
They can use an edge rusher.
Tampa Bay's last, right?
Yeah, Tampa Bay last.
Tampa Bay need to get a corner, I think. If they get a corner, I think they if they can get a player, which I think they can at that position, at that spot, they can solidify their defense on every level.
Yeah, they can get a corner. Yeah, they can use a corner.
Did they lose anything?
Not really. They brought mostly everybody back, but I still think their secondary was the most suspect part of their team.
Yeah, they was getting smoked too. They were getting smoked last year. Their secondary was definitely getting smoked. And the only reason it was masked sometime because they was able to get to the quarterback a little bit, but they were getting smoked out there.
Yep. So
that's the first round. Where we at with what's going on at the draft?
Right now they're having a concert trying to be like the NBA.
Oh, really? Come on,
so
man.
it's just
that bullshit.
It's just kind of like let that go. Just kind of get to the draft.
Let's get we want to see
all this show
people
stuff.
Are going.
Goodell smacking hands and high fiving people. Come on. That's not even their personality in the NFL.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Do you mind, fellas?
Nah, go ahead.
How we get to these types of events, these types of shows, and it is literally a show. And it's Roger Goodell comes out, he's slapping hands, he's with the brothers, he's giving pals, and it's Sam for the son out there with the fucking handshakes and shit. But then you see how again the league treats us time in and time out. It's just it's weird. So that's my little spiel.
I don't disagree with you. Yeah. I mean, our culture is always utilized when it's convenient.
Yeah, we're good at selling things. Like, we're very, very good at selling things.
Yep. Keep us entertaining. We have to keep entertaining people. Yep.
Wow. I mean,
I mean,
but let's get into this all draft team, man, because we can still stop and put the picks up as we know people come in and chime in on what they're doing. But I thought this was very interesting, even when I was doing the research on it, because it's funny. And when I thought about Hakim telling me this, the first draft class that came to my mind was 1983, and that was because they had 6 quarterbacks that year in '83. So I kind of just scrolled through some of them, but I think it's interesting to look at it because the list that I found had how many Pro Bowlers and how many Hall of Famers were in each class.
Mm-hmm. So, which one did you go to?
It's called Athlon Sports.
Yeah, we're at the same one.
Yeah. So I went to that one, and the first one they had at number 10 was 1989, and the 5 Hall of Famers. I mean, you got to shake your head. You're like, man. You got Troy Aikman, Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, Deion Sanders, and Steve Atwater.
Wow.
Whoa, that's a good one.
That's like real. And they had 26 Pro Bowlers that came out that class in 1989. Okay. What you think about that, Cliffy?
That's impressive. I mean, you talking about some ballers.
Yeah, that one I thought was pretty good. And then in wait,
just Troy Aikman.
Yep.
Barry Sanders.
Yep.
Steve Atwater.
Yep.
Deion Sanders.
Yep.
Steve Atwater.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's amazing right there.
Impact.
Yeah, that's
wow. Is Barry Sanders the lone guy there with no championship?
I don't know if Atwater.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah, Denver. Yeah, he won with Denver.
Yeah, he won with Denver.
He won with Denver. And Derek Thomas. Did he win one with Denver?
Derek Thomas.
Derek Thomas played for
Kansas City.
He played for
the Chiefs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He didn't get a Super Bowl. Okay.
Atwater may have won with the Broncos though. With Elway and all those guys.
He did.
No.
Yeah, he did.
Wait a minute. He did with Shannon and them?
He may have, yeah. He may have one with Shannon and all of them. He may have. I'm not sure.
We gonna find this out.
Where's my man D Parks? He's always out.
The statistician.
Yeah.
How many Super Bowls is he? Although increases the Broncos' reputation in Canton, the hard-hitting safety made 8 Pro Bowls, earned 2 first-team All-Pro Bowl nods, and appeared in 3 Super Bowls during his 11-year career. Did he win?
How many? He had 3, you said?
He was at 3. He was at 3.
Oh, at 3. Okay.
If it's
interceptions,
no mention of Super Bowl.
It says he played in it, but I can't see that he won it.
Yeah, if they didn't specify that he won, he probably didn't win.
Yeah.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Might have been right. He might have ended up winning right after him.
Yeah. Well, Elway got those 2 Super Bowls on the backs of TD. Terrell Davis,
absolutely.
So he was.
They had a tough squad though at that time.
Yeah, John Elway was putting up numbers, man.
Yeah, they had a tough squad.
Yeah. It's okay. At number 9,
we had 1993, and the Hall of Famers were Willie Roaf, Jerome. Well, just this one. I hate to tell you this, but they call it the Hall of Very Good when you start putting Jerome Bettis in the Hall of Fame.
Hold.
John Lynch.
Let me see KG's face.
I mean, I get it, but it's just like basketball and the Hall of Very. I don't know. That tire, that bus had a flat tire a couple of times, man.
Yeah, it definitely. It might have had a couple of flats, sometimes, it turned into an 18-wheeler. You know how the 18-wheeler got the spare, the extra ones inside just in case something go wrong with one of them, so the other one pick it up. Then he turned into that, So
and I didn't want to do that. When I saw his name earlier, I was like, I got it. I talked about this before with not with you, Kay, but in general, when he got elected, I just feel like I'm just a different type of Hall of Fame voter. I just feel like a Hall of Fame is there for greatness, and I don't think there was anything great about Jerome Bettis. That's just my opinion.
Atwater won 2 Super Bowls, 97 and 98. But damn, he
was on that team then.
Thank you, Renata. Thank you, appreciate it. But damn, he just went at the bus called him the short bus. he called him.
Yo, that's my man and all, but I agree with Wes though. It's one of those things where you just gotta say, I'm not sure, man. And be like, I don't know, man. Good career, good career, teetering great, but
is he second or third Russian?
No.
Word. Who's the? Hold on. Let me see where he is on the Russian list. All right. So wait. While I find that, number 8.
2001. Jay Tomlinson and Steve Hutchinson. Those are the Hall of Famers. 2000. But the class had Drew Brees in it, and he retired. Reggie Wayne is eligible next year for the Hall of Fame. Steve Smith Sr., who's also eligible next year. So we got a couple of guys that are in that class, but they're not technically eligible for the Hall of Fame yet. And I would think that Reggie Wayne and Drew Brees definitely gonna get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So at the time of his retirement, Bettis ranked 5th all time in rushing. With 13,662 yards on 3,479 carries. Nicknamed the Bus for his bruising running style. He also scored 91 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're not impressed.
No, I mean, everybody gets hurt. But when I look at LaDainian Tomlinson and how he just impacted the San Diego Chargers, I look at Emmett, I look at Barry Sanders, I look at Walter Payton. I mean, those dudes was really on some different. Terrell Davis, they were just on some different stuff. And if y'all remember, Ben Roethlisberger had to cover up that fumble that somebody had. I remember it. I know KayGee remembers it. So,
Man. I definitely remember it. I almost dove over the TV. I tried to dive in the tackle, man. I tried to dive in that tackle.
Did he play for multiple teams? He didn't just play for Pittsburgh, right?
He played for the Rams. He played for the. Well, I know originally he was the Rams.
Yeah,
Rams for the longest. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I was just trying to figure all that out. So I don't know. I just, like I said, I think he was a very good player, but I think the Hall of Fame is greatness. That's just my opinion. But we can. I won't talk about the bus. Oh, excuse me, the bus no more. I won't add the T to it. Sorry.
Another one too, you gotta remember too.
Yeah, he got a bust at Canton.
he got a bust at Canton.
Right, and you got to remember as well the one that we did when the bus was there. Willie Parker was there. Fast Willie Parker did a lot.
Yeah.
He did a lot.
I remember that.
All right, so at number 7.
We got
the greatest quarterback class of the 21st century.
They have Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, and Ben Roethlisberger.
I think I'm gonna disagree with that.
And then they had Larry Fitzgerald, Vince Wilfork, Jared Allen, and Sean Taylor, who passed away for the Redskins.
Yeah, that was sad. 30 Pro Bowlers.
30 Pro Bowlers. Nobody in the Hall of Fame. But I think that quarterback class.
Yeah, well, Ben's gonna go in. Eli's going. Oh, is Eli going in the Hall of Fame, guys?
All 3 of them are gonna make it.
That's been a debate because he's literally.
Whoa. You said all 3. What 3?
I don't think they should, but Roethlisberger.
Rivers is gonna go in. Roethlisberger's going in.
He's the only one, in my opinion. That's the Hall of Fame.
Eli's 500, but he'll go in.
You think Rivers is gonna go?
I think Rivers is going. Yeah,
I do. Rivers, yeah.
He got big yards, yo. Big yards, touchdowns.
Yeah. I think he's I think he's one of those arguments, like how Wes said. Good career, great player, but one of those ones definitely on the fence. That whole thing like Bettis, but Bettis is in there, and Rivers may get in as well.
It's the Hall very good.
Well, his stats dwarfs Eli's, but again, Eli got those 2 rings. That's gonna be the big thing.
Yeah, he killed
Eli against the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, but Eli got 2 Super Bowls, so
against the greatest quarterback of all time, beat him twice in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's gonna go a long way.
That's
always the argument now. They're like, yeah, but he beat Brady.
Twice.
Twice. So they're like, he beat Brady. So you're talking about the greatest quarterback. He beat him twice.
And it's like Eli beat him.
Yeah.
Eli stepped up and beat him.
He made passes that will always be remembered in infamy. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, the pass that the dude caught on top of his head, but the pass he threw to Mario Manningham on the sideline, that dime he hit Plaxico Burress on the next play. Those 2 passes were probably 2 of the best passes you're gonna see in a Super Bowl game in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, because that David Tyree catch on the helmet, that was just a Hail Mary. He just
that was a Hail Mary.
Yeah, but that Mario Mary, that pass, he dropped that in Buffalo.
Oh my goodness!
It was just a Hail Mary, but it was perfectly put.
Yeah.
I mean, David Tyree had to hold on to the ball, but he dropped it in on him so the defender couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Luck. If it's luck, hey, bro, that was
the Hail Mary. He had 2 defenders draped on him and everything, man. That was the Hail Mary.
I got you.
I just want to shift gears real quick, just to explain how the narratives go on the NFL draft. So, my man is going number 1, Lawrence, right? I mean, that's the name, right?
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence, right? So they have their college, him and Peyton Manning, the college career. Like, that's the lineup. Like, they put Peyton from his years in college and this guy. Can I say one thing? Lawrence won a national championship. Peyton Manning lost. He could not win a national championship. Everybody just keeps forgetting. They leave that part out all the time. They just want to throw the numbers up. Lawrence was in the championship game and won it in his
freshman year.
Come on, man. It's actually
and then went back.
Yeah, then he went back.
And then he went back.
On, man. Peyton Manning lost to Florida all 4 seasons and then they go get T. Martin and they win the Super Bowl next year. I mean, they win the national championship the next year. So, as great as he is, can we not say that part about him? Like, can we just not forget about that narrative? Like, please.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we forget about Peyton Manning and other QBs, and that's a whole other conversation.
He also got mopped in the Super Bowl his last
Absolutely.
time. Jesus.
And he also against Rex Grossman in his first Super Bowl and barely won that one. Because Grossman was horrible.
Yeah. So listen, at number 6.
That's 1916. Jonathan Ogden, Marvin Harrison, Ray Lewis.
Wow.
Whoa.
33 Pro Bowlers and 5 Hall of Famers. That's a pretty good class of Hall of Famers, right?
Yeah. I think we missed Brian Dawkins and Terrell Owens. It was sound a little spacey right there.
Oh yeah, Brian Dawkins and T.O. They're there.
Oh my God, 30 points. And we gotta add Keyshawn Johnson, Simeon Rice, Eddie George, Lawyer Malloy, Teddy Bruschi.
Wow.
They got that right. None of them deserve to be in the Pro Bowl.
And didn't Keyshawn go 1 that year? Keyshawn went 1 that year.
To the Jets, right?
Actually, yeah. I thought he was. I know he was the number 1 pick, but I didn't know he went number 1 overall.
Yeah, I think he did.
Wow. Well,
that's definitely a good draft talent.
Solid.
If you could top that somewhere, like I'm interested in. And what number was that?
That's number 6.
Wow. So you
with 33 Pro.
Okay.
Yeah, 33 Pro Bowlers.
Yep. Number 5 is 1968, and
we weren't there.
A guy named Larry Zonka, Curly Cup, Kenny Stabler, Charlie Sanders, Elvin Bethea, and Art Shell. I know about 3 of those. 4.
I know Ken Stabler, of course, Art Shell, of course, Larry Zonka,
and Elvin Bethea. I know that name before too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pro Bowlers and AFL All-Stars, 23. If there were a measure of the best draft classes over a 3-year period, 67, 69 would probably take the cake, in my opinion, who's reporting at IZM Sports. In my opinion, the 68 class was the best of those 3, player for player.
4, Bruce Smith, Chris Dolman, Jerry Andre Reed, and Kevin Green. 31 Pro Bowlers. The best player chip ever, Herschel Walker, the best trade chip in NFL history.
Yep.
Herschel Walker. Oh, yeah.
And Doug Flutie.
Okay.
We got Jerry Rice and Bruce Smith in that draft with Andre Reed. That's pretty impressive.
Damn.
Pretty impressive. That's impressive.
What year was that?
I mean,
85.
It's official too. Trevor Lawrence went already number 1 to Jacksonville.
Yeah. I mean, just when you consider Jerry Rice the greatest receiver of all time in that draft class, that right there.
Well,
and Herschel Walker. God damn.
Well, that was a pivotal year because didn't Herschel Walker go 1 in the USFL draft that year?
Yeah.
So again, you know what happens if that league makes it or whatever. You know what I mean? So I mean that was a pivotal year.
Right.
That Donald Trump's league. Thank God it didn't make it.
Oh yeah.
Thank God. Oh my gosh.
That was his league.
That was Donald Trump.
The Generals.
Yeah, the Generals. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. Where did Bruce Smith go to college?
It was a black school, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I was looking at this, I was saying that makes it even more impressive because Jerry Rice went to a
Mississippi Valley State.
Mississippi Valley and
Mississippi Valley State is where Jerry Rice went.
Yeah,
Bruce Smith, he went to like Alcorn State or Alabama State, something like that. I think it was definitely a historical black college, though.
Yeah, that makes that even more impressive.
He went to Virginia Tech. He went to Virginia Tech.
Okay.
Virginia Tech. Okay.
I was wondering when.
He was consensus All-American, won the Outland Trophy as the best lineman in the country during his senior season. He was selected by the Buffalo Bills with the first overall pick in 1985 NFL draft.
Now, 57 is definitely just about a name drop because I know who Paul Hornung is. Len Dawson, I knew who that was. Jim Brown. We all know Jim Brown.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Jim Parker, Tommy McDonald, Sonny Jurgensen, Henry Jordan, Gene Dickerson, and Don Maynard. So they got quite a few names there too.
Yeah. And to attest that we kind of know all those names.
Yeah, it tells you how good they were.
How great they were in 1957.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know all those names.
It was way before our time. And like you said, like the fact that we can all, it rings a bell to us, it definitely, says that they put their mark on it.
Yep.
Well, while we're at that conversation, right, is when we cross-reference generations, in football, and we look at the older games on film, the Jim Brown era, so forth and so on. We know Jim Brown was a bigger type running back relative to the rest of the league. He was just running over them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do we really get a true sense of this class versus that class? Even when you see like the Hall of Fame numbers, right? You would think you would see many more from the older period, but I think it's still pretty relative. 1957, they have 36. 1981 is 32. 1983 has 42. You would think because there's more time in the past, there would be more Hall of Famers or more Pro Bowlers, but there really aren't, So how do you cross-reference eras to decide this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
I don't know how you do it, man. I think it's just subjective.
Yeah.
People just kind of throw out some names and they kind of look at it and they measure it up and they have their own kind of analytical view on what it should be in terms of the order. But you could argue a couple of even the one that's number 2 and number 1. We had a couple of classes already. I mean, number 10 was an impressive class, and they had 10. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of what you like you said, Hawk, with the measurables, what they really are to everybody.
Yeah, and it's probably splitting hairs anyway. You're splitting hairs because again, most classes you took looking at like between 5 and 7 Hall of Famers, and then just a rack of Pro Bowls.
Zach Wilson it is, y'all. For the Jets.
Number 2, Zach Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson is in.
The bumbling, stumbling Jets. What was the boy's name from USC? Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
Mark Sanchez.
I predicted
redo.
I predicted redo. I predicted redo.
Actually, well, it wasn't because of Sanchez, but they did go to the AFC Championship
2 years in a row. His first 2 years.
But that was straight up because of the defense.
Yeah, he was fumbling, mumbling.
That was straight because of the defense.
Yeah. Just on that last conversation, on that last point, the game today, we see a lot less defense, and we know the game, the way it's officiated and the rules change, prefers the offensive game. We see a lot of big numbers in today's game that you didn't see back in the day. So I'll like, how do you rate that with somebody's Hall of Fame numbers that, like it's just not as grueling as a game. It's not as defensively sound today as it was 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah, 30 years ago, the game was savage, man.
Yeah, you had all of the hand checking. You had all of the other stuff like beating you up at the office. I mean, on the line of scrimmage. You had all of the like the pass interferences. You had head going on.
The clothesline.
A lot of stuff. Like it was a lot clothesline, like you said. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff they were doing out there, man. It was savage, man.
Remember Stickum?
Yeah,
Stickum. Yeah.
Which my man?
Lester Hayes.
Lester Hayes.
Having all over his body. Remember the ball stuck to his back? He caught an interception with his back.
Yeah, Lester Hayes. But let's Stickum.
Hey, paralyzed Darryl Stingley.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is basically those gloves now are Stickum.
Wow.
Basically, they are. Like those gloves, man, like those things are crazy. It's like they like magnets out there for the ball, man.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. All right, so let me see. We at number 2.
Yeah. Lawrence Taylor,
Ooh.
Kenny Easley,
Defense.
Ronnie Lott, Mike
Defense.
Singletary, Howard
Defense.
Long, Rick
Defense.
Jackson, and Russ Grimm.
Okay.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. That's a great class.
Arguably the best defensive class in NFL history.
Yeah, definitely that. Definitely that.
EJ Jr., defensive backs, Dennis Smith, Eric Wright, Hanford Dixon, and defensive Dexter Manley. Woo,
Wow.
defensive end. Wow.
Yeah, that was a lot of defense in that class.
Yeah.
And number one,
It's 83, the Hall of Fame, all those quarterbacks: John Elway, Eric Dickerson, Bruce Matthews, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, Darryl Green, Richard Dent, and Jim Covert. But that's the draft where they took it was Elway, Marino,
Tony Eason,
Kelly, Tony Eason, and was it this guy Todd Blackledge?
Todd Blackledge.
Wow, Todd Blackledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, where did he end up going? Atlanta, right?
He was at Kansas City, and he ended up with Pittsburgh and Kansas City, I think, for a second.
Wow.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
That's a good one.
You just took me back.
So definitely, like you said, definitely number 2 is definitely the best defensive, class, just straight up. Yeah. Although they have number 1, somebody over them at number 1, they're definitely that defensive class, and number 2 is ridiculous.
Yeah. Number 1 is impressive because you got Elway, Dickerson, Bruce Matthews, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, Darryl Green, and Richard Dent. I mean, that's pretty good.
No, I'm not saying that number 2 beats them. I'm saying
no, I'm just saying that's like.
Oh yes, definitely, very impressive, very impressive.
Yep.
So I got a question. Who's everybody's favorite defensive player of all time?
My favorite defensive player of all time.
And why?
My favorite defensive player of all time. Yeah, it's tough, man.
I'll go first. Lawrence Taylor.
Okay, and why?
Yeah. I was like,
ain't having it. He wasn't having it. Nothing. Like, he wasn't having it. All around great. Give it to you. And you already know what he's done to quarterbacks and all that. It's just like he just wasn't having it, man. Like Lawrence Taylor, like he was the quarterback killer for real.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like from a linebacker standpoint, just overall, like he can single-handedly take over a game on the defensive side. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. I had him on my tongue, and I think that's the cowboy sickness in me. I couldn't say it. I got a cowboy. I just couldn't do it, but that's what I was thinking. Oh man.
Right.
Well, I'm probably. It's definitely a linebacker. So it's either Lawrence Taylor, it's either Mike Singletary, or it's Ray Lewis. All right, because again, all of those cats are coming for you. They have endless motor, and they're coming for you. So I mean, see, Lester Hayes is tough, but he
violent. Aaron like violence.
He would be suspended for the year.
He just won. Aaron's there just for the one play when he walked off the field.
He couldn't stay on the field if he played in.
Aaron's getting season tickets for the first game. Dude get walked. Oh, I'm good for the year. I'm good. I see my guy lay somebody out. I'm good. But I'm gonna go with Mike Singletary. And
tough ones. Like those are tough ones.
Mike Singletary, and he's just see somebody control the linebacker position, the middle of the field, eyes wide open all the time, looking at it, seeing it coming, being able to be truly the captain of the defense. And when you look at that defense that he was captain of, you have some big personalities on there. I'm gonna go with Mike Singletary.
That's a good one because you got to say, arguably the best defense of all time, and he was the captain of that defense, like you said, steering the ship, and he was ringing bells. So that's a real good one, man. So yeah,
I like them all. And I don't disagree with any of them, and I think they are better than the one I'm just gonna say. But I'm just gonna say because I need to put. I gotta say Dion because of half the field, and
who's his?
But he couldn't tackle. But you don't have to tackle when you're taking away half the field, half the time. Yeah. And then what he did was he changed the culture in Atlanta, got them to be a winning culture. Went to San Fran, after locking up Jerry Rice, went to San Fran and played with him 1-1, and then went to Dallas and did the same thing. Like, he shifted the power of two franchises at the same time, just on the defensive end. But
not to mention, he's hitting home runs in one game and scoring touchdowns in another in the same day.
And Deion
and hot dogging out there while he doing all of this and talking crazy.
Oh yeah,
man.
He said one day when he played baseball and football, he said, "Could you play basketball, Prime?" He said, "Play NBA." He was like, "Man, I scored 10 points a game in the NBA." It's like, "How you gonna do that, Prime?" He said, "Well, I'm faster than everybody else, so Prime gonna get up and down the court and get a layup. So that's 2 right there." He said,
Russell Westbrook early.
He said that most of the time, Prime gonna be around that offensive glass, and I'm gonna get a tip in. That's easy. He said somebody bound to foul Prime, and I'm making my free throws. That's why they free, right? And then he said, and Prime got a pretty good mid-range jump shot, so he gonna knock one off the glass real quick. That's 8 right there. And they were like, "Well, that's only 8 points, Prime. How you can get the other 2?" He's like, "Oh, the good Lord will take care of that."
Trey Lance pick is in. 49ers pick Trey Lance.
They get Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Wow. Now it gets interesting.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. I was impressed by the boys' interview today on he was on Shannon and Skip show.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed by his demeanor, his attitude, his approach, his answers quick. Like he impressed me. He's like he can handle the spotlight, handle the pressure. And 17 games. He had a lot of highlights in 17 games.
Yeah, he's nice. You know what I like about this pick? Is that he can still play behind Garoppolo.
Yeah.
And they're not in a rush, but they know this is the future right here. So, and Kyle Shanahan is not about playing and learning from Garoppolo, is learning from Kyle Shanahan during these practices.
True.
Everything like that. And he don't have to be rushed into doing anything. And people talk about the schedule and all that stuff. All I got to say is there was another player that came out of North Dakota State, and no one talked about it. So this is the right pick, I think, for San Francisco.
I think so too. And I can tell you this: I wouldn't be surprised if he's not a gadget play early in the season to just get his feet wet.
I agree. I agree.
I do. I'm sorry, Cliff. Go ahead, you first.
Passing up on Justin Fields, I think is going to be because again, both these two cats that went before him, I don't think can hold a candle to him. So again, first of all, Zach Smith, he's going to have no line to throw behind in New York, and he's so light. He's going to be injury prone from day one, and I think Justin Fields is just going to come out balling, straight up. Yeah. And the good thing about Trey Lance is, again, he can sit behind Garoppolo, and he don't have to play immediately. And again, it's all about learning from Shanahan and not from Garoppolo. But the better quarterback, Justin Fields.
You're right.
I agree. For some reason, I think what's going to happen is I think Justin Fields is going to end up at the right team that's going to serve him better.
Yes.
At this point, I think probably.
Yes. Yeah, because he is that. If he is that quarterback, there's a lot of upside to Trey Lance. I think 2, 3 years. I really expect some big things from him. But if you want somebody that's going to come in right now and handle the ship right now, is Justin Fields that guy, or are you sitting him behind somebody? Let him learn.
No, you're not sitting. See, and that's the thing. I don't think you're sitting Justin Fields behind anybody right now. Justin Fields is probably going right on the field because of his work, because of the work and his resume. And that's why I think that it makes more sense for Trey Lance with them, because they have Garoppolo where they can sit him for a minute, gadget play him here and there, maybe, possibly, and then get him ready if, Garoppolo gets hurt again, which he does a lot, or they just get tired of Garoppolo by the end of the season and say, okay, let's go, Trey. Justin Fields, like at this point, taking him number 3, you got to just thrust him out there.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be very curious to see what happens now, because now, Atlanta's on the clock at 4. And again, do they take a quarterback to, an heir apparent to Matt Ryan, because they got Justin Fields, or they got Mac Jones now?
Right.
So, it gets interesting.
It gets interesting now. The draft starts now. It really starts now.
Yep.
Like seriously, it's really about to get interesting now.
Mm-hmm.
Because who's coming fifth? Miami?
No, fifth is offensive lineman.
Cincinnati.
Okay, because let's say Atlanta does take Justin Fields. Let's say they do. Then Kyle Pitts is most likely going to fall then.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kyle Pitts. If Fields goes to Atlanta, I still think Cincinnati takes the lineman. I think Miami takes Kyle Pitts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've heard some rumblings of Atlanta taking Kyle Pitts and trying to get move Julio Jones.
Yeah, that's at least the word is that Atlanta's going to take Kyle Pitts. But the fact of the shakeup now with Justin Fields not going third and them taking Trey Lance, Atlanta at some point is going to start. They got to start looking for their quarterback because I don't think they're fully sold up with Matt Ryan right now. And
he's only getting older.
Right. So do you draft his heir apparent now, or do you go with Kyle Pitts?
And they may give up the pick altogether. Somebody may be calling on the phone right now trying to get that fourth pick. If they're not taking Justin Fields, they're not taking a quarterback. Atlanta may, opt to, trade down.
Watch New England. Watch New England.
We're not doing that because the pick is in now. It says the pick is in. So
pick is in.
They're taking the pick.
The pick is now in. We'll see what it is. I think Atlanta's gonna go Pitts.
I think so too. I hope they do. I mean, that makes the most sense.
As a Cowboy fan, I just want to keep Pitts out of harm's way. Because if they don't pick him now, it's gonna get real itchy up in there.
Yeah. Jerry gonna feel the need to do something stupid, huh?
Jerry on his yacht right now. Talking about if Pitts gonna get drafted now, he gonna get that. He gonna say, "Pull up that anchor, get me back to shore."
He's gonna be trading the house away to get Miami spot.
Oh yeah. He gonna say, "Get me back, turn this ship around now." Yep.
Kyle Pitts, it is.
Atlanta's and Kyle Pitts.
Yep.
Well,
makes sense.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm on delay, so I didn't get that yet.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, so we got well. It's now it's who's gonna come up for the quarterbacks. Is New England gonna make a move? Is Chicago gonna make a move? Who's gonna come up for Mac Jones and Justin Fields?
I think they're going to stand pat. Both of them are going to see what happens. They both talking either to Chicago or they talking to Carolina right now. And even they might be talking to Denver, those three teams, because those teams are all picking ahead and they could all possibly take quarterbacks.
Definitely Chicago and Carolina. Like you said, Denver's a wild card, but definitely Chicago and Carolina. They're definitely most likely picking those quarterbacks.
Yeah, that was a good pick for them.
Yeah.
I wonder if Cincinnati gonna stand pat and take the lineman, or they gonna trade down, or what are they gonna do? Because again, they were saying how he may want to reunite Jamar Chase with his old quarterback. So
yeah, but that'd be crazy. I mean, it makes sense, but it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
They need an offensive lineman. You got a new quarterback. You better protect him because Burrow's pretty good. So you better protect him. So I think they're gonna go offensive lineman.
I think
so too. And they pick it. Well, yeah. I'll tell you how delayed I am. I have 7 minutes left on the next pick, but I'm sure you got something faster, right?
What happened?
I have 7 minutes left on the next pick, but I'm sure yours is like 4 minutes.
No, I'm 5:56.
Oh yes, I'm a minute and some change behind you guys on that. Yep. I like Kyle Pitts, man. I can see why so many teams want to get this dude.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast. Mm-hmm. And if you think about like how these tight ends are doing now, man, like he's a beast.
But do you keep him at tight end because he's such a great pass route
Yeah,
runner?
if you don't trade away Julio Jones, you got shit. They're almost unstoppable. Julio Jones, Ridley, now Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, that's a
I
problem.
mean, that's a serious problem. And now if they can just load up on defense the rest of the draft, I mean, they may have something there.
And they got another one too. Outside of Ridley, they have another one. He's not as good as those three. Well,
they got a good slot receiver.
Yeah, they got a nice little slot receiver.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, that speedster cat, fast. What's his name? White boy. His name is I forget Scott. I know you're talking about.
They got a couple of guys over there. Atlanta got a couple of guys in there, and now with Kyle Pitts, they're gonna be tough.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a heck of an offense right there.
I don't know who they're gonna stop on defense, but they're gonna be tough on offense.
And they need somebody to recover onside kicks too. But that's another. Oh man! So next year, Cincinnati, they got to take the offensive lineman. This is Purnell. Is it Purnell or something? Or
I forgot the offensive lineman.
Oh, Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell. Okay, yeah.
Right.
And then there's that Slater kid, who's also a beast of a lineman too. So one of those will be the first one, Slater or Sewell.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be Slater. I mean, Sewell rather. Sewell. Yep. I just like seeing what these fellas put on. This guy got patches on the back of his blazer. The fashion sense is the best part of the draft. To watch everybody how they pimp it out.
Yeah. And then when you look, when you look back at it years later, like when we was looking at, like when we were talking about the draft picks, you visually see Dwayne Wade and LeBron James with their baggy suits on, man. You just
oh man, styles definitely changed, boy.
Times changed.
Man, Joe. Speaking of styles changed, I seen a old picture of KayGee, Vin, and somebody else. I was like, man, that's 1988 right there, boy. Maybe it was like 1991 or something like that. Because you had to, like, damn, styles changed, man. Styles changed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know back in the 80s, the late 80s, hair was in style. I haven't had that in a long time.
Man,
I can even grow it back.
Tell me about it. Yeah, my shit started piecing up right here. I was like, now I can't do Homie the Clown now with the dreads.
No.
Wearing the hat, my shit be hanging down, take my shit off, and shit be like this.
Oh, he said Homie the Clown.
They're in a commercial right now, but the Bengals pick is in.
Yeah. Just another flashback, Kay. I don't know if you saw that on Instagram. Redman put up a video of Mike C.
Yeah, I commented on there too. Like, yo, definitely, like, yo, he's always been ridiculous, man. Like, the dude's incredible, man.
Yeah, he's the first person I've saw Ron, like personally saw Ron.
Redman?
Nah, Mike C.
Mike C. Okay.
Mike C. And to see him spit like rah, like yo, this dude is a problem now.
Yo, like, and I mean, obviously, they're we're all around the same age, but before we came out, we didn't know DMX at the time, and he was DMX then. Like that style and everything of what DMX embodied and what DMX brought to the world. Mike C is that and was doing that, and if you hear him. Even now, because I saw a lot of people even commenting on it, it's like, yo, he's giving me DMX vibes. And he's always been like that.
Always.
That growl to him,
since I was 9 years old, bro. That he was rhyming like that. I was 9, he was probably 11 or 12. He sound like that.
He sounds just like that.
It's like that.
Yo, his
Yo,
words are so ridiculous. And then even like, and our whole thing is just like, it was so parallel with him, like, because at the time when we were even over there dealing with Sugar Hill, which was Von Amin, Mike C was over there as well. So we were all right with Mike C doing talent shows. You know, Mike C actually was the one that introduced us and brought us over to Sugar Hill.
Wow, that's crazy. That I never knew. I never knew that.
Yep.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Because that's like, it was like family, you know, it's just family.
Oh no, Mike C is definitely family. That's the
like
homie.
family.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely family. Yo.
Yeah, that was a dope thing to see. Red put that up, and that shit was like, that's fucking dope, man.
There's actually a clip from about a year or about a year or two ago with Ben and Mike C rhyming in the backyard, sitting down.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they like sitting in somebody's backyard down the hill, and Mike C and Venom just in a cipher, and they rhyming. Yeah, it was about like 2 years ago, about a little bit before the pandemic even started. They were sitting out in the yard out there.
Yeah, he's amazing, amazing dude. Yep. But just a flashback, Bengals.
Here come the Bengals.
Y'all will tell me because I'm on. Like I said, they said the pick is in.
Yeah, we'll see. We frozen on the Bengals right now, huh?
Well, tell me something, guys. Who's your favorite offensive player of all time?
Oh, switched it up. They took Jamar Chase, yo.
Told you.
They did it. That's what they did, Cliff.
Told you.
You're right.
They teamed him up. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's the quarterback wanting his guy.
That's a curveball.
That's the quarterback wanting his guy.
And they took what's called last year, the speedster, right? That played. Oh no, not last year. Maybe the year before that. They already got a speedster out there too. So they got the Bengals is going to be tough too.
Wow, that's bad news for you.
It is.
Jamar, you got to chase him, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yo, Wes, I'm on your time. I think we get it at the same time.
Yeah.
We on the same feed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Instant
chemistry.
Yeah.
They
that was definitely the quarterback saying, "Hey, you're gonna be you're my teammate."
And they got
You called that one, Cliff.
Yeah,
you did.
And they got a few picks in this round, so I mean, they got another one, and then they now they can show up the line. Now they can.
But that makes it interesting because I know we said the Cowboys need to draft defense, but if that lineman is there, I take him.
Yeah, you're right. They need to show up that line. They had some problems with the offensive line last year, man. A lot of injuries, age.
To me, like, yeah, I know the corner's dope, but I think you can still do defense later, and you can just go get the best offensive lineman that's in the draft right now.
Yeah.
Because now you think about it, we are number 5 right now. You still got 2 quarterbacks, right? And we still got Waddle, and we still got
2 wide receivers.
And 2 wide receivers.
You got Devontae Smith and Waddle.
And Waddle, yeah.
I think Miami about to take probably Waddle or Devontae Smith next. I think Miami's taking one of those receivers.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting now because now the whole thing gets kind of dicey.
Yeah,
it gets dicey now.
A lot of talent on the board. I mean, and I'm expecting to see some trades too. These picks. Wow, this threw off a lot of people's boards, I'm sure.
And the thing about it, this guy didn't play last year, but he was dope the year before.
And just for the record, I like his outfit. He's rocking. Sneakers is right. Suit is right. I'm feeling it. King front. He's tight right here.
On another note, can someone get come on and just hire Louis Riddick as their
I know it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the age-old conversation,
Come on, man.
What's going on with Deshaun Watson?
Nothing. There's no new news. I heard right now it's down to they chiseled away at the number, and it's down to 2 sexual encounters.
So
out of the 21,
it went from 22.
Two inappropriate sexual
It
encounters.
went from 22 to 2.
22 to 2 inappropriate encounters.
So 20 people have withdrawn their complaint.
That's what it seems like. All of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
That is suspect, man.
Yeah.
very,
And you
very,
notice how it
very
got quiet. It got quiet on the ESPN front too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has. It definitely has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
That's unfortunate. That's sad. That's very sad.
yeah. And not to mention Busby and McNair are neighbors, but we won't talk about that, you know.
Yeah. It was all this fine investigative reporting you guys should be doing.
They live in the same neighborhood.
No, we're not gonna research that. We're not gonna delve deeper and
yeah.
No, that's not. Nah, we just gonna throw this brother under the bus and it'll be all good when they figure out
AJ Brown is this Jamar Chase, AJ Brown. They couldn't find a more like AJ Brown is good, no doubt. But he's only a couple of years in. I want to see somebody else comparisons.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, that's a big boy. He's strong, man. He's a strong receiver. He can play slot and he got speed too.
I seen AJ Brown cook us a couple of times.
Oh yeah, AJ Brown can play. No doubt.
Is AJ Brown that big though?
Yeah,
he is.
That's a big boy.
And strong. He's big and strong too, yo. And he can run.
Mm-hmm. Like Jamar Chase.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I guess they figure they can get a lineman down the road. Since
Well, they got picks. They
Yeah.
definitely got some picks. So that's where Burrows was like, go get my guy.
Yeah.
You know what that was about.
Definitely.
Well,
And that's how it should be.
I'm gonna have to sign out.
You got about?
I've got a young person that need me to take care of a project.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, yes, priorities, man.
Yeah.
Well,
She gave me 2 hours. She said, "I gave you 2." She put up the 2 signs. Now, right,
That's right. Most important. So, guys, we can wrap this up and we can do a recap next week of what happened tonight and get it back in. Yeah.
Right.
Once again, I appreciate you guys, and this is IZM SPORTS. Thanks everybody for checking in with us one more week.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week, yo. Peace.
All right, now. Peace, y'all.
All right, later.